YouTube, the youest of the tubiest. That's you. I'm 50 plus. Look who I ran into. Back in Lancaster. This is my roommate, okay, from orientation, and we got he's been here for a while, but I just got done today, and I test out in the morning. Okay, by the time I got here, all of those lazy office folks, they already gone home. So I thought you guys would be interested in the similarities or the not so similar experiences that we had with our mentors. Okay, so part 2 of the first interview with my roommate. That's pretty cool that we actually was able to. You know what? He took me to this freaking Wingstop.
Oh yeah, it's fire.
I don't know why they put that atomic shit on their menu, but don't fuck with that. Okay, don't eat that. That's just not good, man. It's not good for your inside. As soon as you touch your lips, don't mess with those atomic Wingstop, atomic wings. The warning, don't mess with that. That shit. That's come from the devil. Don't mess with that. Okay. So back to our experiences. I had a good time. What about you?
Oh, dude, I had a blast. I stayed an extra week because I was having a good time. You know.
I mean, I heard a lot of stuff about mentors having students having issues with their mentors, and you know, and the general population that believe the way Swift trains their employees is not in depth enough or intense enough, you know. And I know that with CR England, you're in a truck with multiple people. This is what I heard.
Yeah, I heard that you also have, there's 3 people. There's the actual trainer, or maybe it's 2 students and a trainer?
Yeah, 2 students and a trainer is exactly the way. And I don't know, and I'm hoping that anybody who has experience with CR England can weigh in on it. I know their process takes a longer than Swift's.
Yeah.
But I think just about everybody's process out there takes longer than Swift's. But I think your process was...
Oh, mine was so long, man. For Prime?
Yeah.
Ooh. Solid, like, for me, it was a solid 5 months, 4 months.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you still hadn't gotten your own...
No, I was still not in my own vehicle.
Yeah. And so, with Swift, it's 200 hours driving with a mentor. And it was enough. I mean, it took us a month. And it's almost time right if you got the right mentors, because you finished Friday, right?
I finished 2 weeks before this.
Oh, really?
I just kept on going because...
Oh, because
I was making good money and I was having a good time.
Yeah, okay. Well, there were a few guys that I kept in contact with that actually went through the Swift's training academy with me, dude. We actually went to get our CDLs together. We all left there on the same day. I started the same time as a few of them, and meaning once we got done with the school, we went to the orientation.
Yeah.
We started the orientation the same week, the same day. You know, they start orientation on Mondays and Wednesdays. And some of us started on Mondays, the others started on Wednesday. And I still talk to them. And just about everybody's finishing this week. And it worked out just fine. And my mentor and I was off a week, the week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so, had it not been for that week, I would have finished when you finished, which would have even been ahead of them. But still, it's in a 5-day or so window.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a gap.
Yeah,
no.
Right. And in that period of time, I learned quite a bit. My mentor was excellent. I mean, I can't say enough about it. I don't want to sound like I'm, but dude, I mean, I just got to. It was cool. We had a good time. You know, he drove like the first maybe hour and a half or 2 hours on the first day, And then we pulled over and switched places, and that's the way it was every day. Every day. He drove maybe 2 to 3 hours, and I drove uh, 8 hours 45 minutes. And he explained to me why he you know the way Swift has it set up.
Yeah.
The mentor, after 50 hours, the mentor can treat you guys as an actual team.
Yeah.
Right? But he didn't. What he did was we ended up with like 12 and a half hours, something like that, for the day.
Mm-hmm.
But he told me you only drive 8 hours 45 minutes, and that's because you'll always have hours in the bank, so you never have to do a reset. And so he
just in
me,
case you need
right,
to do something.
he could have made more money, but he didn't. He was more in tune in teaching me how to be a truck driver. Things that you would need to know as far as macros and backing and how to handle customers and all that good stuff. But he also taught me about when to go to truck stops and what to look for in truck stops, how to use apps, different apps, Trucker's Path and all that.
Yeah.
Because you can look on there and use Trucker Path, and you can click on the truck icons
and see the ratings of the truck stops.
Yeah, and you can also find out how full they are.
Oh, really?
And stuff like that. Yeah, I'll show it to you, but it's on Trucker Path. It's pretty cool. And when you plan your breaks and you do your trip planning, if you use Trucker's Path, you'll see which one of those truck stops will be around the area of your 15 or your 30 or where you might want to park for the night. Mm-hmm. And the closer you get to those, you can tap on them and it'll let you know as guys show up. And if you have the app, when you show up, it'll ask you if that truck stop is full. You just need to say yes, or it's half full, or there's some parking or whatever, so that others, when they come up there and as you get closer to it, you can click on it and it'll tell you if that's going to be a place you might want to pull over or keep going, And so he taught me all that. I had a hell of an experience. And I've already heard me yapping about my experiences on other videos, but I want to know about your experiences with your mentor.
Honestly, we didn't even have to park. So for the most part, we usually just parked at the fuel island, did our 30-minute break or whatever, as long as we didn't have anyone behind us. Or we would park on the side, take our showers, do whatever we needed to do for 30 minutes, but we never parked. We were rolling every day. 11 hours, except Sundays. That's when we did our 34-hour reset. But other than that, we were working.
So you guys did. I mean, that's just the difference in styles of driving. My guy was kind of the same way as I do. I mean, I would rather, roll and not roll so deep in the day. I don't know how you may do it when you're doing it by yourself.
I'm gonna do full 11 hours because as a solo, I think you're gonna have to do 11 hours each day. Personally, just to do as much miles as you can.
And it just you end up with that reset time though. You end up having to do that. So eventually, you have to take a day off when you're doing that because you will hit that 70. And the guy I had was he's a diamond driver, and he's got a 5 diamond or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he taught, oh man, just in case you was thinking about the lease deal.
Yeah.
Man, he taught me some shit about that lease deal. He's not on the lease.
Yeah,
he's a company driver. He's not. Yeah, he does. And dude, the shit he told me. I don't know. I mean, you got to really think about it before you become a lease op. And that's not because you hear a bunch of stupid shit about lease purchase on YouTube and everybody's thumbs down and all that shit. If it wasn't worth a shit, then people wouldn't do it. So there are some pluses.
I honestly would do it just because I like being my own boss. I don't like being told what to do. I'm doing company right now just because I have to. Yeah. Personally, I would just go straight up owner. Or at least,
you know, I thought that the only way would be for it to work and for it to be profitable is for you to be on a lease program and be a mentor. So that way the student can help you earn those.
You get all their miles.
Right. He told me,
and you get a bonus afterwards. After a student gets off the truck, you're still getting a bonus. Every mile he made, or not every mile. I'm not quite sure how it works.
I know you get a bonus every I think it's every quarter or something. That and every time that student upgrade, they get some. So and upgrading isn't gonna be hard. But I'm gonna make a video about the lease op thing.
You should,
because what he told me, it actually makes a lot of sense, and it could be profitable. The way I thought it was gonna be profitable, what isn't really the way it actually works, and that's just because you listen to these guys on YouTube talking about lease purchase program. And then you say, well, if I do it this way, I can make it work. Yeah. And then you find out, well, that fucker didn't know what he was talking about. He was just running his mouth, and he wasn't giving you the full thing. And when you actually talk to somebody who is either doing it or did their homework and chose not to do it, or did their homework and did it for a while or whatever, actual experience with it, you get a total different paradigm, And your guy,
my guy's an owner op. I mean, he's making it work somehow.
Yes, right. But is he an owner op or is he a lease operator?
He's an owner op.
So he owns his truck separate. Owns his truck. Yeah. See, it's the difference. But you got to get there. Yeah. You just don't.
You can. I mean, you can get it outside of the company and just do it that way. It's probably cheaper.
Yeah. And you'd be surprised. I've seen a lot of trucks that are older trucks, and those folks have leased their trucks onto Swift too, and you can still be a mentor. Yeah. And so it works out. Did your guy have an automatic or
he had an automatic?
Yeah. What kind of truck was it?
It was Kensworth. It was a 2017.
Oh, so it's pretty decent. Yeah. My guy had a 2018 Kenworth T680. It was automatic too. You went through the mountains. So what do you think about? Did you go through the mountains with a big load?
No. I never had big loads. I was the biggest load. No, that sounds wrong. Anyways.
Hey, you was the biggest load?
I'm not saying that word. Anyways. Pause.
Yeah. Let me rewind it. Okay, they won't see that.
The biggest weight I had, alright, let's go that way, was about 15K?
What?
Yeah. Nah, for the...
No shit. Dude, I'm going to tell you something. We went through some mountains.
I've been done that. All right, I'm good.
With that heavy shit.
Yeah, heavy shit is cool. All right, cool.
Those the fleet trucks going up those mountains, man. You may as well turn the goddamn hazard lights on before you see the mountain.
You're going 15 miles.
Oh my God! I'm like, holy shit! I'm thinking I need to cut a hole in the floor and do like Fred Flintstone and start kicking. I'm like, this bitch ain't gonna make it.
I'm gonna get my fat ass out on the truck. Maybe
you have to. When you're going down, man, I mean, it's like you got the floor. You get this fucking 75 mile an hour fuel. So when you start going up the other side, you can get some momentum to get up there, And that's the norm, because it wasn't just Swift. I mean, Crete and all the rest of them was right there beside us, looking at each other, going, "Oh don't know. You know, to get up there. But your guy had his own truck, and they still make them govern those trucks to 60 miles. You did 70?
70 all the way.
Yeah, shit. We the fastest. Well, going down hills, I can kind of creep up there a little bit.
I enjoyed going 70 all the way.
But we did 68 with the cruise.
Mm.
You know,
and
we had a good experience, man. I mean, I if I had to do it again, I would use the same mentor and go through the same process that I went through before. I mean, I don't have. In our first video, we talked about the differences between the company you were with was
Prime
and Swift, and so what do you think now about Swift in comparison to your experience with? And this is not to shit on any company, okay? But
mentor wise, I had a better time with Swift. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Prime is a good company.
Yeah.
And I'm eventually going to go back there, but I'm going to test the waters here and see how I enjoy it personally.
Mm-hmm.
And if everything goes well, I'll stick with Swift. But if not,
the downside with Swift is they are geared towards company drivers, basically. That's just a fact. I mean, the lease purchase, it's not even a lease purchase, it's a lease, and you have a buyout at the end, which is, they're all kind of that way. But
I think they have a walkaway
Swift,
as well.
but not Swift.
Yeah, I was
Prime
talking to one of the office people,
and
they said they have a walkaway lease.
Man,
unless he's bullshitting,
I don't know about that.
Hearsay, she say, I guess.
Correct. That would be the first time. When that time comes, and when unless something has changed in the last 60 days,
true,
you have to be 7 months.
No, hell no. You said everybody's saying 6 months. I ain't doing.
Yeah.
Well, what's 1 month? You know.
Yeah. It might be 6, and I found that out because as I was investigating about the possibilities of working with Swift, I actually called the lease operation portion of it. In fact, the number is right on the website.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you go to Swift's website and you can start clicking through the links, and it's right there. You talk to the lease people, and that's what she said. You got to be here in your 7th month. You can lease. So maybe you complete 6, and then you get started. Some people say, well, if you complete 5, then in your 6th month you can lease, or
I think it just
if
depends.
You complete 6.
Yeah.
You can start in the 7th month, and if that's the case, then it's 6 in one end, half a dozen in the other. But it's a 30-day difference, but the fact is, Prime is not geared that way. Prime is geared more
they want
toward,
you to lease. So
and they make it right, and then if you don't like it, you can walk away from
I think it's just because they want to grow their company.
Right.
It is.
My son does a lot of his stuff with Landstar, which is Landstar has a similar process as Prime as far as the very, very vast majority of drivers for them they own their own trucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my son has his own now, but he went over there because he does a lot of equipment. He moves equipment, and so they kind of got a good grip on equipment, just like with Prime you got Tanker.
It's a very small fleet of tankers. It's mostly in the Florida version, area of that area, but it's very small.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a tankers division.
Yeah, and but with Swift, excuse me, Swift doesn't. That I know of.
No, we don't have
division.
Tankers.
Most of what you see is reefer and driving, and I see a few flatbed. you know, with motorcycle reefer and drive-in. And your experience was with your guy was drive-in, right?
Yes, this mentor was driving.
Yeah, and mine was too. And everybody I've talked to, they've been with drive-in, and you're gonna be your home terminal will be
Dallas.
Dallas, so you'll be here in Lancaster, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And I'm moving from. Now I'm not moving, but I'm moving my home terminal location from Lancaster to Salt Lake. I got a good reason why too. I'll let you know soon.
Why you gotta do him like that, dude? Just tell him. Just tell him.
Nope. You gotta log on again.
It's that clickbait.
That's it.
That
Clickbait. Clickbait. I'm gonna put some big titties on the screen right there. Dude. People start clicking the videos more often. I don't know what the hell. But I don't care. I want substance, not that silliness.
Substance over
Yeah.
titties?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of hard to say, but hey, you know, this is information. Good stuff, real stuff.
True.
Okay, but you know, this interview was kind of a little improv type of situation. And
It was last minute.
yeah, and just luckily we ran into you, and I don't know. Is there anything about your experience with your mentor you think those watching would want to know?
Hopefully you get a good mentor. That's all I'm saying. It's a hit or a miss. If you get one, that's good. You're gonna have a good time, and it won't be nothing.
And you know what? I will say this before we shut it down. My mentor told me his success rate is 50%. But half of the people that he's mentored finished and are still driving. The rest of them have, you know, either quit throughout the process. They don't finish. You know, he's had people get out of his truck at the truck stops, and
That's crazy.
yeah. And he's had people who actually finished with him and then moved on to another company.
Yeah, that happens often.
Yeah, and so it's a lot of different reasons why people don't finish through the mentoring program. Just like school, you know, I don't see a reason why you cannot.
Honestly, if you don't get along with your mentor, just go through it. I mean, it's only however long you need.
Yeah.
Just
however, you in some tight quarters with that person.
Just
You know,
don't be an alpha, man. Just be a little bitch.
Yeah,
Don't talk shit.
Yes.
Just say
Yes, Mr.
just say
Mentor.
yes, sir. No, sir.
Yes, Mr. Mentor, what would you like me to do?
How fast do you want to go?
Yes, Mr. Mentor, I'll sleep on the top bunk.
Pause.
Yeah, not fun. All right. I hope you got a little bit out of this back and forth. Until next time.